This is Getting On with Life, Biblical Wisdom for Successful Christian Living. And this session is, Do You Love Me? We are designed by God as love receptors who readily tune in to love, acceptance, commitment, and affection. We sense those who really care about us, and we are drawn to them and value them. God made us to relate to Him, and God is pure love in its fullest form. So in our makeup, we are designed to connect with that kind of love. At the same time, we are commanded to love as the highest of all actions. The first and second greatest commandments from God are to love, loving God first, and loving others as the second greatest command. In Matthew 22:37-39 it says, Jesus declared, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbour as yourself." Love, therefore, has to be one of the most significant elements in human experience, both as something we receive and something we have to live by. Yet for all that, love is generally misunderstood, and the term is used widely for a range of different things. So what I aim to do here is to give you a simple focal point for your understanding of love, so you can engage with it more effectively, both receiving and giving love. Some people think of love as a warm feeling of affection that leads us to be attracted to and committed to someone else. That notion of love links it to our emotions. At times, people think of love as connected with sexual attraction and desire. That notion of love links it to our sexual instincts. People can see love as the familial sense of commitment a parent feels toward a child, or family members feel toward each other. We may not even really like each other, or be deeply hurt by other family members, yet feel something we call love toward them that keeps us caring about them. Emotion, attraction, and relationship are all aspects of love, but at its deepest level, love is anchored in our will, not our feelings, our physiology, or our sense of responsibility. What can confuse us about love is that emotional and physical responses to a person and the sense of responsibility toward them can be things that happen to us somewhat out of our control. And love is actually something we are very responsible for. Since love is the greatest commandment, and love is also the second great commandment, then love must be something we have power to control. If it were a response over which we have no control, then God could hardly command us to do it. God will hold us accountable if we do not love Him and others. So the action of loving God and loving others must be something over which we have control. It's not possible to force warm feelings for someone into our heart. It's hardly possible to make ourselves attracted to unattractive people. It's hardly possible for us to feel responsible for people we don't know and don't care about. What is possible is for us to choose to care about them. Primarily, then, love is an act of the will. Love is a choice, not an emotion or internal response. We direct our love. As we do, emotions and feelings of commitment can follow. Consider the question asked by a wife of her husband. "Do you love me?" He might say, "I don't feel anything toward you anymore." In that case, he is thinking of love as emotional, warm, fuzzy feelings. He might say, "I don't find you attractive anymore." In that case, he is thinking of love as physical attraction. He might say, "I don't give a damn about you," to take Clark Gable's line from Gone with the Wind. "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." In that case, he is thinking of love as a feeling of care for someone he is in relationship with. The true question, if understood in the context of what love really is, would go, "Do you still choose to love me?" The answer to the question is not about feelings, but about the will. In the movie War Horse, a wife who has been deeply hurt by her husband makes the statement, "I can't hate you more, but I'll never love you less." This touches the disparity between feelings and will. The husband's answer to the wife's question, "Do you love me?" will tell what his will has decided to do. He might say, "I have decided to stop loving you." Or he might say, no matter what we go through, no matter how much my feelings struggle with you and our relationship, no matter how terribly you attack me, I am committed to loving you as an act of responsibility before God. I will to love you, and nothing will change my mind. You might know that Jesus asked that same question, do you love me, of the Apostle Peter. In John 21:16, Jesus asked a second time, Simon, son of John, do you love me? Jesus was asking what Simon's will was, and Simon confirmed his love for Jesus 3 times. Most scholars assume Jesus asked those affirmations to negate the 3 denials Peter had made. What kind of love do you engage in? What is your capacity to love others apart from any feelings you have about them or any connection you have with them? What is your love toward God? He commands you to love Him. Can you do it? It's about you making the decision to love God and love others in obedience to God's commands. And in practical terms, if you want a yardstick for measuring love, love is wanting the best for others despite the personal cost. That's a matter of decision of your will. Think it through and make the right choice, and then be ready to answer God's question if He ever asks you, do you love me? God bless you.